Hello everybody, this is my dress rehearsal of my speech, so I'm going to get started. All right, have you ever been shopping and picked up a product that was labeled natural and thought to yourself, oh, awesome, this product is natural, it must be good for me, and then proceeded to buy it, go to the checkout, you get home, start to use the product, and then you happen to look at the label and notice that the ingredients in the product aren't really natural. Well, you have just witnessed a form of greenwashing. So, I'm here to inform you about greenwashing and how to identify it. If you want to avoid greenwashing and be a better environmentally friendly consumer, you can watch out for certain terms used by companies and look out for third-party verified seals. So, um, to the general public, greenwashing may not be on everybody's radar, and it wasn't on mine until I started working in the natural resources field. I'm an administrative assistant, and just working with people from the natural resources field has made me more aware of how we need to be environmentally friendly. And I have learned a few things along the way. I am no expert in when it comes to greenwashing, and I have learned about this, and I just want to inform everybody and let everybody know what exactly it is and how to watch out for it. Um, so, in order to avoid greenwashing, you must first know what greenwashing is. So, greenwashing basically is a form of false advertisement when companies claim to be green or eco friendly when in reality they aren't. A lot of companies out there you probably have noticed start advertise or have been advertising within the past, I would say like 5 years or so, on how green and friendly and all these environmentally benefits because people are getting more and more aware of the environment and what is happening to our earth. So basically, I'm going to start with the 7 sins of greenwashing, which is a set of sins that were created by TerraChoice, an environmentally aware advertising consulting agency, which was cited in one of my sources by Richard Dahl in the Environmental Health Perspective Journal, published in June of 2010. So the first sin of greenwashing is called trade-off. Trade-off is when, for example, you have a product that is made from recycled paper. Sure, that's great, made from recycled paper, right? Well, if you think about it, you're still yielding pollution when making paper, and there's still energy costs and costs that related to energy that are still causing effects to the environment. The second sin of greenwashing is no proof. So when a company claims to be environmentally friendly in this way or that way, but there really is no proof stating that or no obvious proof. The third sin of greenwashing is vagueness. All natural is a term that is used a lot, or natural, and when it comes to food, the term is not regulated by the FDA. So, as stated in Hadley Malcolm's article on USA Today's website from an article January of this year, she states that natural is a seemingly straightforward word that's taken on an increasingly profound meaning as our food preferences and definition of health evolve. The FDA does not formally define the word, meaning its use isn't regulated by any law. Yet, hopefully, they start to regulate the word natural because I see it everywhere. And I actually was one of a consumer that went out and bought a product just because it said natural. Now I'm learning that that's greenwashing if it really isn't. The next sin of greenwashing is going to be irrelevance. So when a product is labeled CFC free, for example, that really doesn't matter because CFCs have been banned by law. The next sin of greenwashing is the lesser of two evils. So the lesser of two evils is when risks distract the customer from greater health and environmental impacts. Great example of this would be organic cigarettes. So organic cigarettes, they're still cigarettes. They're still bad for you. They're not good for your health, and they're, I mean, really not good for the environment, especially if you're throwing them out and littering on the ground. Um, so the next sin of greenwashing is fibbing or flat out lying about the product. This happens a lot. Um, the last sin is going to be false labeling. So when a product says um, that it is all natural or that it is pretty much any false labeling. And thing with the seven sins of greenwashing is that all of all of these sins can be wrapped up into one. Um, so next, I'm going to go into how you identify greenwashing. So one way to identify greenwashing or to notice by what greenwashing is by terms that are labeled on products. The Sneaky Six is a set of 6 terms that Julie Deardoff um, wrote about in an article of how to spot greenwashing published in the Chicago Tribune in 2010. So these words are eco, earth, green, friendly, gentle, and kind. Any combination of these words should be a red flag, and you should do research or read the label or read the product and maybe go to the product's website to find out more information to see if it actually is eco-friendly or things like that. Okay, the next thing would be to avoid greenwashing is to look for the third-party verified seals. My goodness. So I have a list of some reputable verifiers, which are the USDA Organic, which I'm sure a lot of people have already seen, Energy Star, Forest Stewardship Council, Environmental Design Lead Program, Cradle to Cradle, and Green Seal. So I actually have a visual that has some of these seals on it. Obviously, you could see USDA Organic is on there. But these are some examples of seals that are out there. Obviously, this is just one page of them. There are tons out there. So you need to make sure that the seal is actually verified. There's actually companies out there that go and sell their seals and slap on a label to someone else's product and say, yeah, they're environmentally friendly, but they don't actually verify anything. So you got to watch out for that. So labels in advertising can be very tricky, but being aware of greenwashing can help you identify the products if you want to become more environmentally friendly. So in conclusion, greenwashing is about the whole picture and not just the portion. It can come in many different forms or combinations of the 7 sins of greenwashing. And again, the 7 sins of greenwashing are trade-off, no proof, vagueness, irrelevance, lesser of two evils, fibbing, and false advertising or labeling. Watch out for the Sneaky Six terms. And then lastly, if you do want to be more environmentally aware when you are buying products or food, remember that greenwashing is used to the company's advantage. Don't let the companies take advantage of you. Do your research and figure out if you actually are buying a product that is truthfully all natural, eco-friendly, and so on. All right, thanks for watching.